Here we go. You are now listening to Random Ramblings with Rob. Yay! Yeah! Look at it. Boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom.
What up, everybody? This your boy B-Rob, and I'm back with another edition of the Random Rounds with Rob podcast. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you, the listener, for coming back each and every week or however you listen to podcasts. And if you're a new listener, I'd like to thank you kindly for giving my show a try. And I guess you may or may not be disappointed. And if you are disappointed, I'd like some feedback so I can know what to do or just brush you off completely and not give a damn what you say. So that would be a great help to me in the show. I have a guest this week as every week. Hopefully, if you're listening to this now, the episode to be before this one is the one with the mighty awesome Bobby Del Rio. And also, if you listened ahead to this one, you should have heard the birthday edition with Mrs. B. Rob, where we answered your fan questions or listener questions. And episode that is currently playing now as we record is with the guys Victor and Carl over there on the Codex Prime podcast. I'm just throwing out things as they come to my mind because who knows when you're going to listen to this. I said this in the intro. You may listen to this 3 weeks down the line and all that shit that I just said is null and void. So it is what it is. Anyway, my guest this week, or whenever you listen to this, is a man that goes by the name of Petey Beats. He is, from what I see from his Twitter profile, enamored with hockey in some fashion. And, he is very Canadian. As for when we did intros here, when we picked up the call, and I was like, he is very polite sounding. Yes, you are, my friend. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, man. Thanks for having me on the show. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to reach out to you specifically because you pop up in a lot of Twitter circles or whatever. I know like podcasters connect, you know, from all walks of life and everything, and all the different groups that I'm in as far as you know, support groups for retweets and all kind of stuff like that. Your name is in the middle of there somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, you know, the Potter family and Podcast HQ networks that I think, I mean, I didn't start Potter Family. Potter Family was there for a while, but I did start Podcast HQ, which is basically, for people that don't know, is a bunch of Twitter DM groups that a bunch of us are in, and we are kind of there to put in our latest episodes, and you know, it's meant to be a way of kind of connecting with people, getting some retweets, getting some listens. And what I find is really important, and, you know, hopefully a lot of the people in the Podcast HQ groups understand is, you know, people are not obliged that they have to retweet everything in there. They can retweet it if they want to. You know, there are some people that retweet everything, which is great. Good for you. And that's awesome. But you don't have to.
Yeah.
And you don't have to, you do it if you want to. I understand that, like, I run a lot of different accounts. I run the Popternative account. I run the Podcast HQ account. Petey Beats, my personal. And, you know, I might not retweet a lot of podcasts from my personal, but I always get them on Podcast HQ. I always get them on Popternative.
Yeah. So
I find that really interesting. It's a fun little network that I just started out with a few people. You were one of the first guys I kind of connected with, and there was, you know, the Geekish cast from California, and Elias from the Man Cave Chronicles, and Chris Martinez from the Evil Geeks, Evil Transmission Layer. So there's a lot of cool ones, and it's a fun time for podcasts right now, man.
Yeah, it is. I noticed a lot of things. I mean, podcasts have been around a while. I just haven't been doing it a while. I'm noticing things like the podcast movement, and they even have other podcast festivals outside of that just starting to spring up all over the place. And when you have your Comic-Cons, and here in Houston, I think is Comic Palooza. There's a lot of they have sign-ups for podcasts to come to these comic book conventions and everything and to do their show live in front of an audience.
And you know what I find really cool about that is, you know, my podcast, Popternative, originally started as kind of a video podcast. And we still do the videos. They're on YouTube if people want to check them out. But we're getting a lot of downloads now because I'm basically realizing that although the videos look cool and as much as I want people to go on and watch the videos on YouTube, people want to listen and want to listen on the go. And I think that's kind of what I'm realizing, Rob. I'm realizing that people just want to, like, you know, hop on the treadmill, hop on the bike, go for a run and listen to a podcast. It's just easy listening.
I know I can't speak for everybody, but like, I'm going to ask you this. Whenever you go anywhere, to the store, to the mall, I mean, anywhere where you have to get in the automobile and travel, do you listen to the radio?
I mean, I sometimes, depending on, sometimes, because there's a few rock radio stations in Ottawa, like Rebel, that are really good, but I just listen to Spotify, man. Like, I'm a music guy. Like, I listen to podcasts a lot, but when I'm on the go, or I'm, you know, mowing the lawn, or I love music. Like, I'm a big music guy. Like, I'm always listening to music. I mean, I'll listen to podcasts, you know, when I'm at the gym from time to time, but, no, I don't. Me personally, I don't listen to radio as much. I will say this, though. I don't think radio will ever die.
No.
Because I think that, you know, like my dad, who is, you know, a health communications, he's a doctor and a health communications guy. He, you know, does spots on the radio all the time. And people, you know, will see him and stop and be like, hey, I listened to you on the radio the next day. So I still see it as important. I don't think it's gonna ever die, Rob. I mean, satellite radio is big. A lot of cool radio stations. I mean, they're part of our group, but there's a lot of cool live. There's like CT Radio that are really cool. The CT Sports Radio guys, I believe, and then there's Geek to Me Radio that are really cool. I don't think it's going anywhere, man.
Yeah, I know. For me personally, I used to listen. I was real heavy into music. I mean, I would. As much as I am with movies, that's how I used to be with music. I used to go to Sam Goody, FYE every Tuesday when the new releases come out, and I would buy like 3 or 4 CDs or tapes further back and everything. And I would my catalog of music would stay up to date. And, I don't find myself, having that same drive. One, because the music has changed. And, you know, I'm starting to sound like my parents, you know, all that music you listen to ain't shit. You know, you listen to this music, you know, and, when I get in the car now, I mean, ever since, you know, I've always listened to podcasts before I started podcasting, but now that I do podcasts, I think I listen to more podcasts now that I podcast. And anytime I get in the car, where I'm commuting to work or even just going around the corner to Walmart, I'm listening to a podcast.
No, it's good, man. There's so many quality podcasts out there. And I think it's growing. I mean, you know, I think it depends on a few things. I think it depends on timing. I think it depends on, you know, I think guests are really big. I mean, I kind of work as, you know, I do some PR on the side, and I work with some guys like, you know, Bobby Del Rio, who you had on the show recently, and he's incredible. And he's been going on all these podcasts, plugging in all his web series, because there's a little bit of a correlation between, you know, web series and podcasts, because it's all like digital content, right? So, you know, it's so much. I think what makes a good podcast is, like, you know, having guys like talk, like co-hosts talking, shooting the breeze. But I like the guest component to podcasts. Like, I like, you know, seeing that, like, oh, we got a special guest and someone has, you know, a wrestler on their show or has like an actor on their show, and you can kind of get the different perspectives from the actors and wrestlers while they're talking to certain hosts. Like, I love that. You know what I mean? I think having guests is a really big thing that will make your podcast take your podcast to the next level, man. That's what I personally think.
Yeah, and then I've seen, your guest list, because like I said, we share that same community and everything. You've had Moose on there, because I'm a professional wrestling fan. So you had Moose on there, you had Rob Van Dam on there, and who else professional wrestling wise you had?
Ken Shamrock recently.
Oh snap!
And we also had Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah,
Double
I did
J.
see that one. Yep, future Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame. Yeah, we had him. Do you follow like Ring of Honor as well, or
yes, sir?
Like we've had, Matt Taven, Beer City Bruiser, Scorpio Sky. I'm a hockey guy, but not many people know this about me. But wrestling is right after hockey. Like I love wrestling, and it's one of those things where I like. Ever since I started Popternative, people are kind of realizing that I'm more of a wrestling fan, but it's something I never really talked about much or kind of promoted that I was a big wrestling fan, but now I am for sure. Like I'm live tweeting events and everything. And I'm all set for WrestleMania on Sunday. It's going to be amazing. And, I did a whole hashtag week of wrestling where I did like 9 interviews with wrestlers, and we had, indie wrestlers like Nathan Cruz. Who else do we have? RJ City. Robbie E. Remember Robbie E.
Yes,
from
sir.
Impact Wrestling? Yeah, he's been on the show. Yeah, we've actually had a lot of wrestlers, which is pretty crazy. Maria Kanellis has been on the show.
Yeah.
And we also had Donovan Dijak right before he signed with NXT. So pretty cool. Austin Aries too. Man, I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of wrestlers on. You're right.
I know. I mean, it's just like every time I look up, I was like, wait a minute. I thought this was not a wrestling show.
No, absolutely. But you know what, man? Like we're everything. If you're a storyteller, I want to talk to you, right? So I want to talk to athletes, because I still think that, even though they're not content creators, they're part of the story, obviously, because they're performing, right? So I want to talk to you. If you're a musician, I want to talk to you. If you're an actor or director, I want to talk to you. If you're a social media marketer or director, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to anyone who is involved with the concept of storytelling. And, we've had, I've interviewed people from some of the biggest shows out there. Like I have had people on, like Charles Baker, who played Skinny Pete in Breaking Bad. He's been on my show. We've had, Josh Michael, Steve Coulter, guys that were all, The Walking Dead have been on my show. So it's like, it's pretty cool to be able to talk to these people, and, shoot the breeze and get their perspectives on certain things.
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree. Most recently, I mean, I have reached out to, some of those, bigger name guests or whatever, but I find like right now it's just people that I interact with the most. I like to try to get in touch with them voice to voice, just sit down and have a conversation with like people like yourself. Cause like we interact a lot. We retweet each other shit and stuff all the time. And I was just like, why don't I get this guy on the show? I mean, I talk to him via the internet all the time. Why don't we just, metaphorically sit in a room together and
metaphorically, of course,
and talk to each other,
No, for sure. It's cool. And I think, our community is pretty tight. I mean, they're like literally tight, like, oh, that's awesome. Like, that's tight, man. But also like pretty tight. Like people, it's like we're all buds, and I feel like we're talking right now, but I feel like I've known you for a while because of that group. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And, we spoke about wrestling just briefly, but let's go back to, your fascination with hockey. I mean, I don't know too much about hockey outside of Blades of Steel and anything like that, because that used to be my jam. I throw the gloves off and we fighting on the motherfucking ice. So, but the actual art, the actual sport, the physicality of professional hockey. Tell me when you was first smitten with this sport.
First of all, this is almost like a public service announcement right now. If you have not been to a hockey game, Random Ramblings with Rob listeners, go to a hockey game. Go to a hockey game. Go to a game. Have you ever been to a game?
I think I've been to one. It was many years ago.
You think you've been to a game?
No, I don't know, because it was just like I remember going to a Dallas Mavericks game with my brother.
Okay, that's definitely not hockey.
I know, but they had the Stars or something, don't they?
Yes, the Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is that the same arena?
I believe so. Yeah. I mean, look. I'm Canada. Like we love hockey. Hockey is our thing.
Duh.
We kind of. I didn't have a choice. Like it was around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I love about it is just the energy and the skill. And these guys are doing things on the ice that are just insane. It's like the skills and the tricks that they're even doing now, like during games, right? Like people, like the NBA All-Star game and like Harlem Globetrotter stuff and doing cool things. It's like guys are like William Karlsson from the Vegas Golden Knights just scored a goal full speed and put the puck in between his legs and scored a goal. Like, that's stuff that you see in an all-star game, and you're seeing it in a real game. So my whole point is the skill level is insane. You're seeing the best of the best. The passion from the fans, from the players is just everywhere. It's amazing, man. It's incredible. It's loud. It's fun. It's unique. It's probably the fastest sport out there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's amazing. And I think, you're going to see it grow more and more. You're going to see guys like me that are advocates for the game are going to basically, like you're going to go to a Dallas Stars game next year. You're going to try. Or you'll go to a Texas Stars game. That's their American hockey. That's their farm team. And I want you to try it. If you can get, tickets or go to a game. Tell me what you think. You are going to be like, this is crazy. Everyone should go. I'm telling you, I just had Jax Taylor on my show. He's a big hockey fan, but he's also a big reality star on a show on Bravo called Vanderpump Rules. And do you know that show?
No, I never heard of that till just now.
Man, it's like huge. It's like your typical reality show. Like, oh my God, a gossip show.
Yeah.
But like, man, it's huge. Like they get so many hits and listens and watches. It's nuts. But we were talking, and like, there's not a lot of spectacles. And man, going to a hockey game is very similar to a wrestling event. I've said that many times because the crowd's in it. You literally have your heels because you have the guys on the opposing team that every time someone touches the puck, they're gonna boo him.
Yeah. I have seen stuff like that from like whenever I watch clips of it and everything. I think the craziest thing I ever seen a hockey player do is he went around the goalie with the damn puck on the stick and just hooked it back into the net and shit. I was just like, that's like gravity ain't working right in the hockey rink.
No, it's insane, man. Like I love the sport. It's amazing. It's incredible. I kind of got involved, and I had privilege to work as a writer and a social media content coordinator for a lot of cool hockey organizations, like Quebec Major Junior Hockey League and World of Hockey Canada for the World Junior Hockey Championships for 2 tournaments. So also wrote NHL articles for Sports Illustrated, which I think was pretty awesome. An awesome opportunity for me, and I always have to give a shout out to Michael Blinn from SI for giving me the opportunity. Mike, thank you so much for that opportunity. That's awesome. You got to pay it forward, Rob. You always have to. But yeah, no, hockey's life, man. And then wrestling, of course.
So what about even that? I mean, when did you first fall into the wrestling trap?
My dad. My dad watched wrestling, and a lot of my uncle is a big wrestling fan, and the Attitude Era, man. Like I remember being the biggest fan of guys like Triple H, Generation X. But I think what really, really got me into it was, the Undertaker Mankind Hell in a Cell match.
Oh boy.
I think why is that?
No, that's good. It's just like that motherfucker falling off the damn cage.
Well, that was insane. Like that was probably one of the craziest things. But I got into it. I remember we had an event. There was like they were doing like a tour of Canada, the WWF wrestlers at the time, well, WWE, WWF at the time, and it was like a softball tour, and they had like some of the Attitude era guys like playing softball, and people would watch them, and it was like a charity event. And then they would go and sign autographs. And I remember meeting Triple H when he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and he was like a bad guy, right? And I was like, 7 or 8 years old. And dude, he was so nice to me. Like, he was so nice. Him and China were at the booth, and they were like the nicest people. And I was like intimidated because I was like, these guys play bad guys on TV.
Yeah.
And I was like, Owen Hart was there, and he was like incredible, so nice. JBL as Bradshaw was there. He actually made me go. He's like, Gold Dust is in the back sleeping. Go spray a water bottle on him.
What?
So me and this kid actually went and we sprayed Gold Dust, which was pretty crazy. But yeah, no, I loved it, man. And then so I have to ask you, who are your 5 favorite wrestlers? And we'll go to me. Who are your 5 favorite wrestlers
of all time?
Yeah, man, because I have my list.
Oh, well, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Stone Cold, The Rock. So that was that. That's 3. Shit, man. I get those 3 out of the way, and then this the hard part, the last 2.
Yeah.
I would say The Undertaker as far as his contributions to the wrestling business. Mm-hmm. And that 5th one. Oh. Cause those are some guys that I can name right off the top of my head, but I like wrestling as a whole. Yeah, they got some guys that aren't as good as some guys, but it's just, what they are doing. They out there banging their bodies up. They on the road 24/7 almost, to entertain me. So, I have a different appreciation for wrestlers, but shit, that last one, it's hard to pick. Why don't you go ahead and give me your 5? And maybe my 5th one is somewhere in your 5.
So for me, now, keep in mind, I'm 26, right? So okay. A few of these guys are a bit after the Attitude Era.
Oh yeah, I understand.
But my list would be, so like Stone Cold, The Rock,
mm-hmm.
Triple H.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my 3, and then 2 newer guys, Edge.
Mm-hmm.
And Daniel Bryan, man. I love Daniel. Like, when I found out that he was coming back, like, I am so excited.
Yes.
To watch. Oh, dude, are you not pumped for that?
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
You're going to WrestleMania?
Yes, I leave this motherfucker Friday. I'm driving. I'm gone.
Oh, man. So are you going to do like the NXT event?
Well, now, see, I've been to, my whole thing is like bucket list type shit. I've been to NXT TakeOver. They had one here in Houston, Texas. The one with Aleister Black, Velveteen Dream. That's when Cien almost won the title. So I got to see that one. So what I'm doing when I go,
wasn't that the War Games one?
Yes, the War Games.
You went to War Games? Oh yes. Man, I envy you, man. That must have been crazy.
Yeah, it was. And then I got to meet Miles from the Best Darn Diddly podcast, if you ever frequent with them on the internet. So we got to sit together and watch War Games.
That's crazy. So now you've never been to a WrestleMania? This is your first one?
Well, no, this is my 3rd WrestleMania.
Oh, man. That's unreal. There's 2 guys right now, though, that I love. Like, who my favorite? You will never guess my favorite wrestler right now.
I probably wouldn't. Oh, you talking about right now, current gen?
Yeah, current.
AJ Styles?
No.
Okay. I'm going to take one more guess, then you can tell me. Baron Corbin.
No. Although I don't mind Baron Corbin.
I like him.
A lot of people don't like Baron Corbin.
I like him.
Dude, who wants to walk with Elias?
Oh, Elias is...
I love him.
Yes.
He's amazing. It's a great gimmick.
Yeah. Now, let me tell you this. I'm going to go on air saying this now, but this will be after the fact when this shit come out. But I said it weeks ago, maybe even months ago. I think it was when, I forget what pay-per-view it was, but, Elias was out there playing the piano. I mean, not the piano. Yeah, he's doing all that shit, but that was, on a Raw. It was some shit, but I was saying The Rock is going to come out and I want them both to have a rock concert. I want The Rock and Elias to sit together on them damn stools in the middle of the ring and play motherfucking music. And I'm telling you, I hope this shit happens at WrestleMania because I would lose my shit.
He's not involved with a match, so maybe he's not involved. Like he's not on the card yet.
Yeah, is he in the Battle Royal?
No, I don't even think so. He wasn't even on the graphic. Unless he is, maybe. But man, I just love him. And like, honestly, like, you know what? You look at him and like, could you make the argument, okay? Like, right now, if you talk about the 5 guys that are like the most popular in the WWE right now,
he's up there.
And so is like Braun Strowman.
Yes.
Braun Strowman is so popular. And then obviously guys like Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles. And I'm starting to feel like people are really starting to like Finn Balor again. Not that they didn't like him, but I feel like there was a time where Balor was kind of like, oh, whatever, it's Finn Balor. But like, he had a match with Seth Rollins last night that was fantastic.
Crazy. Yeah. See, I think it was just pretty much with what they got on building up to WrestleMania. Finn Balor just been in the holding pattern. I mean, they want to do enough with him so people kind of, yay, he's here, but they don't do nothing really too major with him because, I mean, they can't throw him at the Universal title because that's Roman's spot. And, The Miz got his own thing going on, which now that he's a part of it. But, I mean, it's just like there was nothing really for him to do,
Who's Braun's mystery partner? Because I have 5 possibilities, and I'm going to just say them quickly right now. His mystery partner could be one of the 5 guys here. And it could be Big Show. It could be Bobby Lashley.
Uh-huh.
It could be Dean Ambrose.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking that too.
It could be Rey Mysterio.
Could be.
Or it could be, this is really off the record, but it might be, I'm thinking of guys coming back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what if it's like someone really random and like a legend?
Jericho?
Like someone like maybe Jericho, or it could be Jericho.
Yeah. It
could be definitely Jericho. Or what if it's someone like, it would be cool if it was like Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Like that would be really cool.
Now, out of all the people that you named, I think what was fresh in my head was Dean Ambrose. Yes. And then second to me, because we were just talking about him, was Elias, just because of the little thing they had with the little stint of matches. But he might be in the Battle Royal. So, but Big Show, I can kind of see that too, because he's going to be in that big 50-man greatest Royal Rumble they're having over in what is India, Saudi Arabia, or something like that. Yeah. So the big
Dubai, I believe,
something like that. It's over there. It's over that way.
Yeah.
But Big Show is going to be in that, so I can see him maybe being with Braun. So I mean, you weren't too far off on what you pick. I don't think Rey Mysterio though, because he was supposed to do that Strong Style Evolved here in Los Angeles, but he had the bicep injury.
Yeah, but you know what, man? They said Ronda Rousey wasn't going to be in the WWE, and that she was doing. I mean, yeah, he did get injured. It's true, but another thing too that I find interesting is, do you find too that like on like NXT, like what do you think of like NXT? There's just so much talent out there right now. Like I love like Aleister Black's awesome.
Oh man.
Do you think he's like one of the big guys now?
Yeah, but for some reason, I can't see him with the title. I don't know why though. I mean, he has all the makings of it. He has a bomb ass entrance. He has a look and appeal. His style of wrestling is great. I mean, he has all the makings of a champion, but for some reason, I don't see that belt on him,
No, absolutely. I mean, we could see. I mean, there's a lot of like. Don't you find there's like a guy can become so over just on one match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the match with like Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream.
That was amazing.
Like, that was so good, and like some of the match. Like, I don't know. I just find like either if you have the ability to have really good matches or a good gimmick, you're going to be popular.
Yeah.
For example, Finn Balor is not known for being good on the mic, but he is unbelievable in the ring, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love Elias on the mic. Like, I love it. Like, I love how the crowd, like, loves him. And I love how it's like, I said WWE stands for him. They say it so loud, and like, he's so over, man. Like, people love him.
And I'm buying that shirt this weekend because I wanted it. The first time he ever said what WWE stands for, I was like, they need to put that on a t-shirt. And when
do they have one? The Walk with Elias t-shirt?
Yes, they made one, and I'm going to buy it.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, I don't remember there being a time where there's so many like new potential characters that are like becoming megastars, man. Like, even I find Baron Corbin is on is on the brink, man. Like, I feel like he could be so big.
Yes. And I mean,
he has the look. He's got, you could do like a biker Sons of Anarchy gimmick with him. You could do like a metal rock musician gimmick with him. You could do kind of like the vigilante, like PG Punisher gimmick with him. Like, you could do so much with him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like they don't treat him bad either. I mean, he had a couple of miscues or whatever, but for the most part, when they put him in the ring, he does well. I mean, he's kept strong. He doesn't lose that often. He pulls out some, great victories and everything. I mean, I like the dude. I like him a lot.
And even there's a guy at 205 Live that I really, really like. Like, Drew Gulak is amazing.
Yeah, he really turned it around. Because I mean, I know in CZW, the character that he's doing now is kind of like was his wrestling style in CZW, which I'd never really seen too much of, but from clips.
I'm trying to think. I don't know who it was. I think it was maybe Matt Riddle or Matt Taven. I was talking to someone that knew Drew Gulak really well on my podcast. Mm-hmm. And after we done taped, they were saying that's just Drew being Drew. Like what you're seeing now is like what he wants to do. And they're just kind of letting him do that, But I mean, wrestlers are the best. Like, I'm going to hook you up with some more wrestlers on your show because I feel like you would have amazing conversations with them.
Well, I appreciate that.
But it's just like, I love interviewing wrestlers, man, because they have the best, like, stories.
Yeah. Like, I had
plain and simple.
Yeah, I had a couple of local guys here from a Booker T school. And it was just cool.
Oh, I just had Cameron Cole on.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. Because I had his former tag team partner, Bartek.
Yeah, I had Cam Cole was a great interview. And you know what? I think he will be huge. Like, I feel like he might be on his way, that guy. That guy is really good. That guy has a look. He's amazing in the ring. There's so many guys, man. Like, me and you, I know we're big Moose fans. Like, I love Moose.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, of course. And like, I love Eli Drake, and there's some good. Like, I'm a huge fan of Matt Taven and the Kingdom. I have to give him a shout out. Like, I'm talking not guys in WWE. Like,
yeah,
it is a great time for professional wrestling. Like, you can make a living off indie wrestling.
I know. I mean, and to where shit. How far back would you say where you couldn't really do that as much?
Oh man, like, I mean, Scorpio Sky said that he always had day jobs.
Yeah.
And now is the first time ever where he could just wrestle. And it's just amazing, man. John Schuyler came on my show and he, did some little matches on NXT and WWE, with them on house shows, and just the stories you get from wrestlers. It's just incredible.
Have you seen the North American title yet?
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, man. I mean, people are keyboard warriors, right? So people, I'm sure, are gonna have their mixed opinions of it. But and what I like about you so far, man, and I hope you don't just say whatever. Like, you seem very like a positive minded wrestling fan, and I like that about you.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what it is, man. It's just like, if you gonna rant and rave about it, talking about how this shit suck, don't watch the shit.
Like, I just find, like, you see it in wrestling, in WWE, you see it in NHL, like hockey. It's just, there's so many guys that, like, I don't know, man. They suck the fun out of it. They take the fun out of it.
Yeah, it's the same thing with movies. It's all that shit. It's like, oh man, don't go see this movie because it's garbage. Blah, 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 blah. Rotten Tomatoes will tell you that is this, and Metacritic will tell you that is that, or whatever. But bottom line is, you need to sit your ass down in the seat and watch the movie and form an opinion for yourself. Because, 10 people may hate it, but you might be the 11th person that actually likes it.
No, absolutely. It's, people like, social media, right? Pros and cons. Everybody has a voice, but everybody has a voice, right?
That's a good one. I like that. Oh man. But jump back to wrestling real quick. NXT.
Yes.
I need to know your thoughts on Lars Sullivan.
One of the best and underrated theme songs in WWE right now.
I like his entrance too.
Don't you just want to headbang when you hear it?
Yeah. It's just like ding, 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 the little tinker at the beginning.
Just dun, dun, dun. It just gets so like into it. I love Lars Sullivan. I think he's fantastic. I think he is in a good spot because we know what Vince McMahon thinks about the big guys.
Yeah.
Which is why I think, look, I have predictions right now.
Oh, I'm all ears.
They're gonna do something with like guys like Dan Matha, and I don't know how. Are you like? Do you know about like? Do you know like the NXT roster? Like, do you know guys that aren't like even on like the guys that are just doing house shows? Like, how deep are you into knowing like wrestlers? You know your wrestling, eh?
I get glimpses of the people that's behind the scenes or whatever, because I know Dijak is back there.
Yeah, there's a guy Dan Matha too who's huge. They have this guy Dan Matha, who's tall. I think, man. Let me just Google it for a second here.
I know Keith Lee is going to be around the WrestleMania weekend. He's going to be doing this little tournament that they're going to be having at Access.
Who?
Keith Lee.
Keith Lee is amazing.
Yes,
and
he is.
He and Matt Riddle have unreal matches together.
Man.
And you know Matt Riddle, the King of Bros?
Yes, sir.
He's been on my show. That was a big get because he was hard to get. But he came on the show. And you know what, man? Just ask, man. Like, honestly, like, people ask me, like, how do you get these, like, people on your show? I just ask them. I find their email. I give them a call. But Dan Matha, who I was talking to about, is 6'7" monster, 290 in NXT right now. You don't think that? And he's been involved. He's been signed for a while. They brought Braun Strowman up right away to the main roster.
He was like a freaking rosebud and shit.
Yeah, man. So they have guys like, don't be surprised if that, like Dijak or guys like Dan Matha or Jeet Rama, gets involved with, Jinder Mahal. Like guys like that could just jump to the main roster. Like it could happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Chad Layla. Do you not realize that Gunner from TNA is in NXT? No one realizes that.
And guess what?
What?
They paired him with Murphy.
No way.
Gunner and Murphy.
Did they actually?
They did that. Like I think it was. I seen house show pictures.
Man, well, like, yeah, it's true, eh? They did do that. I saw that. But, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, you look at it, and you know what? I love the fact that I love how Canadians are doing so well in wrestling. Like, I'm so proud to be Canadian, man. And, like, you look at guys like Bobby Roode, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are from Montreal, which is where I'm from.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. And you know that Kyle O'Reilly is Canadian,
yes,
right?
sir.
And like Tyler Breeze is Canadian.
Yes, sir. We went to the
Jinder Mahal is Canadian. Like, it's just like we're killing the game right now, man.
Yeah, man. It's just like Canada is a big linchpin within professional wrestling.
But I love wrestling, man. I have so much respect for them. And you know what, man? Wrestlers are nice. Like, they're such nice people, man. I see them at events and like, I met like Cesaro and Tyson Kidd a while back when they were doing media and before Ottawa SmackDown, and they're just so nice. And I have the utmost respect because they're traveling all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I love Roman Reigns. I'm just gonna say that. I don't care. Like, yeah. I like him. I think he deserves the success he's had.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy. He deserves
to be in the main event. I like Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy. I ain't got nothing against him. It's just like what you were saying earlier. It's just like people just won't enjoy it for what it is. They just won't let it be. They always got to suck the fun out of the shit.
But people love like that. Like, I can't even imagine the pop Daniel Bryan is going to have on Sunday. Like, it's going to be insane.
Man, if anything I do this weekend, I mean, I think that's going to be like the top of everything.
You know what we should do? Following this podcast, me and you should hop on Skype, and we could post it on like Popternative.com or something. And me and you should make a list of like the top wrestlers out there right now.
I'm down. I mean, I know a little bit of indie, and
we could talk about it. We can put some guys, and we can make our own ranking system.
Yeah, you can educate me as well.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I mean, dude, I love wrestling, man. I could talk wrestling for hours.
I know. I could tell.
We just talked for like an hour about wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, hey, and that's just like the way it works, man. It's just like you get wrestling sports fans. I mean, it's kind of the same. If you got two people in the room that love hockey, they're going to have a good conversation. But a lot of the times it's going to end in an argument because like, oh no, this 1986 fucking Flyers was better than the 87 Flyers or some shit. I don't know. I'm pulling names out of my ass. I don't know. So, it's always going to be some kind of, animosity there or whatever because my team is better than your team and so on and so forth. But wrestling fans, it's just, it can be the greatest thing ever. You get a room full of wrestling fans and they'll just get along and they'll be like, oh, they'll start doing stupid chants at each other and it'll just be great.
Do you go to the indie shows like from time to time?
I'm trying to get into more of it. I've been working a lot more lately, so it's been few and far in between, but here in Houston, they're fucking everywhere. It's just sometimes it's great that they come to Houston as often as they do, but it just depends on where in Houston they go to because I live in the northwest corner. So if they have a show in the goddamn southeast or the southwest corner, that feels like a day drive trying to get down there to go see some motherfucking wrestling because it's so fucking far away.
No, for sure. I'm a podcaster, so I always do this. People don't like. I actually have a question for you.
Oh man, I enjoy that. Come on.
Well, I just want to know because I know you do the Walmart log and you love Walmart. Have you ever worked at Walmart? Do you work at Walmart?
No.
Okay, you're just a Walmart lover.
Yes.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if Annette, I don't know why, but your current profile picture on Twitter is the greatest thing ever. You holding that
the
cheeseburger pillow. That's at Walmart, is it not?
Well, that was at Burlington Coat Factory.
Oh man, you can't do that. It's got to be Walmart.
All right, well I'll go buy it and I go stand in Walmart with it.
You just killed so many hopes and dreams right there. No, it's not Walmart. It's Burlington Coat Factory.
Well, that's as
come on, man.
As I am to Walmart, Mrs. B. Rob is to Burlington Coat Factory.
Yeah, but you're not Mrs. B. Rob. You're Rob.
Well,
Walmart.
I was with her in there though, so I had to go where she go. It wasn't by choice.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I'll let it slide.
All right, I appreciate that. See, I told you, Canadians are so nice. Yeah, but like I was just walking through the aisles and everything in the Burlington Coat Factory or whatever, because she'll, as long as I'm hanging around in Walmart, she is equally, if not more, spending that much time in Burlington Coat Factory. So I'm just walking around, killing time, looking at some of the random shit they got in there, and damn, I walk by this aisle full of blankets and pillows and all this shit, and I see this big ass cheeseburger, and I was like, ooh, take my phone and take my picture right now.
Did you buy it?
I wanted to, but I didn't.
Man, you're just breaking all the rules here. Not Walmart. You didn't buy it. What is going on? What is going on right now? I'm not happy about this, man.
Oh man, you're making me feel bad. I'm gonna go get my car right now and go buy it.
What is happening? I mean, you're not Sasha Banks. You're not the boss.
No, Mrs. B. Rob is the boss.
You're not. Oh my God, I'm not happy right now. You're breaking all the rules.
Yeah, but I was like,
do you watch South Park?
I haven't in a while.
There's the episode where they were making fun of making light of the whole Tom Brady Deflategate suspension thing. And they just show Cartman as Roger Goodell. You broke the rules. You broke the rules. Tom Brady's like, no, I didn't break the rules. You broke the rules. You broke the rules. No, you broke the rules. Finding out that I broke the rules. You broke the rules. Dude, it's the funniest thing.
I need to get back into that, man. It's just like, I'm kind of like with TV shows. It's just like, if I watch it from the beginning and I stick with it, then, if I take a season off, I'm like, fuck, I'm behind. And then by the time I get to that season, another season then came, and I'm just like, well, fuck this. I ain't going to have enough time to catch up, so I'm done.
Man, it's insane.
I think I dropped out of South Park around the Human Centipede episode.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. That was a classic season.
So I probably maybe I'll pick up from there. I just started watching the Venture Brothers again.
Yeah, that was good. I remember that one. That was really good. There's so much content out there, man. We could talk, like I said, we could talk hours of that, but I feel like your listeners would get kind of bored.
Hey, man, I don't know. Nobody has told me otherwise, so I mean, I guess we doing all right.
Oh, for sure. I enjoy this stuff, man. Like, I enjoy just shooting the breeze. It's great.
Man. I'm upset that you're upset. I'm gonna go when I get off work tomorrow. I'm gonna go buy that cheeseburger.
That doesn't count though. You can't. No, I don't think you can. You're digging yourself a bigger hole there, Rob. You can't.
Well, I'm gonna just take the photo that I took. And I'm just
you're gonna change your profile picture, or just it's gonna be like something's gonna be changed, or you're gonna make a tweet or something like you're not gonna let this go. Like this is gonna be mentioned.
All right, I'm changing my profile picture right now as we speak, and then people are gonna listen to this episode and be like, "What the hell is he talking about?" Because it's gonna be later on. Yep, changing my profile picture right now.
Oh man,
and I'm gonna make it something appropriate for this conversation. Let's see. I gotta find it.
Is it a photo of Elias?
Not quite. Not quite.
I have your Twitter open right now, so I'm just gonna refresh.
Oh, you're just gonna stay there until I change the picture.
Yes. And your thing with Drake Maverick with the pacifier is hilarious.
Oh man, I don't know why I did that. It's just like I was picking just different backgrounds because that's one of the matches I'm most excited to see at WrestleMania.
So are you gonna name this? Do you ever name your episodes? Is this one gonna be called like the case of the breaking the rules on the Twitter profile picture or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna call it breaking the rules. There we go.
Breaking the rules. I'm gonna link you that. I'm gonna link you that clip when we're done here, and you're gonna laugh.
Please do.
It's hilarious.
God damn it! Where's this picture? I know which one I want. I just gotta find it.
If I see it, will I laugh?
You might feel a little bit better about the situation once I post it.
Is it you in Walmart?
Maybe. I cannot confirm nor deny.
It's probably not even going to be Walmart. You're just going to tell me it's Walmart. It's going to be Burlington Coat Factory again.
No. I don't have many pictures there.
Oh, another thing, dude, I like to say, every time I see it, on your Twitter bio, you say that you're a retired military member. I just want to say, whether Canadian, U.S., thank you for your services, man.
Oh, man, no problem. I mean, I'm not laughing at what you say. It's just like people say that to me, and I don't know whether to say thank you or you're welcome.
You are the real heroes, man. And the thing is, I have the most respect for people that are in the military, of course, and I have firefighters are people I have the most respect for, and people want autographs from celebrities. Like I want an autograph from a firefighter. They're running in fire, man.
Oh, I found it. There it is. Boom.
All right, wait, I'm not on your. I closed the browser. I thought you couldn't find the photo. Okay, now I gotta go now. Hold on. It's still the.
No, it's changed now. I just say
Walmart.
There you go.
Walrob. Rob Mart. Man, Rob Mart? Does anyone ever call you that?
Nope, I'm changing it right now. There you go. Yep, Rob Mart.
Changing what?
There you go. Boom. Rob Mart.
Man, people are gonna understand why you made all.
They be like, he just changed all that in a matter of 5 minutes or whatever. What's going on?
I can't stop laughing. Rob Mart.
Shit, why we can do this all night. I'm about to get on my phone and change my header photo too.
You can put it to the burger.
No.
I'll allow that. Oh man.
No, I'm not even doing that.
Rob Mart. Come on, that's pretty funny.
Yes, it is. And I'm about to change that too.
Oh my god, Rob Mart, that's awesome.
Where is it? All right, here we go. And I'm gonna hashtag it too. Hashtag Rob Mart.
Man, I feel like this has been a social media class.
There you go.
Oh man.
Done. Save that. Go back to Twitter. Yeah, I'm just letting you know how to do this stuff on your account if you don't know how already. All right.
Rob Mart. I keep refreshing, but nothing's happening.
All right. Apply. Done. And save.
All right. Let's see what you did.
There we go.
Oh my god. Hashtag Rob Mart. Oh man.
I'm going to have to find somebody to make me some crafty t-shirt designs.
Hey man, I get a cut. I created Rob Mart technically.
Yes, I should put TM on the side.
Or PB.
Yeah.
Petey Beats. Oh man, Rob Mart, that's awesome.
All right. Yeah, all right, man. As far as your social media empire and what you're doing over at Popternative and just your PR stuff, what is in store for you in the future, young man? What is it that maybe within the next 2 years that you would like to take a step toward doing?
Oh, well, I want to make Popternative one of the coolest, biggest, relevant podcast out there. I mean, we're getting about 3,000 to 5,000 downloads a month. Cool. Yeah, those are some pretty good numbers. I'm pretty happy about that. And I want to kind of be my background in school is communications, so I definitely want to be a director of communications for. That's kind of that's the goal,
Hold on. What about a director of operations?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, maybe, or CEO of Rob Mart or something like that.
You see, man, that's money making right there. You can
Rob Martin. As if you hashtag that during the podcast.
Yes.
What a guy.
He's going to stay there for a while, too.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, you know, people that listen to this show, I'm really hoping that you know, check out Popternative. It's basically me having conversations with celebrities, athletes, wrestlers, storytellers. Popternative.com is kind of like my hub for the podcast, but we have other cool content from time to time on there. So go there. YouTube.com/Popternative for the video episodes. If you don't want to see my face, you can listen to the episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere you listen to podcasts, we're there. So iTunes, Spotify, Libsyn is our host. But, you know, we're also on Podbean. We're on Stitcher, TuneIn. We're everywhere. So anywhere you listen to podcasts, I hope you subscribe. Subscribe to us to YouTube. Follow me on at Petey Beats. Have a conversation. Chat with me at Popternative as well. Popternative on Facebook. Just become connected. And yeah, man, you know, I don't know when this is going to air, so maybe, you know, the episode is launched before you post this, but, you know, we had, you know, they're remaking Lost in Space for Netflix.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We had Ignacio Sedicchio on the show. He plays Mayor Don West.
Oh, okay.
So we had him on, so look out for that episode. Look out for the episode with Keith Coogan. He was in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead and Adventures in Babysitting. Yeah, we had him on. That was pretty fun, man. And look out for an episode with Shane Told. He's a singer of a band called Silverstein. We recorded with him. Cora Kendricks is a hip hop artist, and he's also on The Shy and Empire. So we have a lot of cool episodes coming out, man.
Yeah, you do. All right. And I appreciate you giving me your time. I appreciate you laughing at me and with me. I appreciate,
yeah, for sure.
I appreciate you daggone doing whatever you do for the podcasting community as a whole. Because I mean, you giving other people a platform within your platform, which is awesome. And hey, man, we all appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me on. I had a blast, dude.
All right. And as always, with any guest that's been on this show, the door is open and feel free to come back anytime.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
And that was another glorious guest. Glorious. I don't know what the fuck they are saying. I know Victorious is in there somewhere. And of course, Glorious is somewhere in there. But I don't know whatever the hell is the other words in that whole fucking song. It's just like, I like damn Alistair Black. We spoke about him earlier. And the song it gets me going. It makes me feel good. It makes me happy. But I barely understand what the fuck they're saying. Some people are good, some people are evil, something along those lines. I don't remember the words verbatim, but it's something along those lines. And we can never be equal somewhere in there. Because I remember looking up the words, and if you go to my Instagram account, scroll down a couple of images, there's a video of me going into the Lowe's and looking for a screw to hang up my movie projector, and I was jamming Alistair Black throughout the whole video. So that's fun. But yeah, big shout out to Petey Beats. I call him Petey Beats because that's his Twitter handle, and his last name is like so I can't pronounce it. So Petey Beats it is. Polite young man. He made me change some things about my Twitter profile, which by the time you listen to this episode will be 2 weeks old. So whatever currently there now is what he made me change it to on the spot, as you heard in the recording. And it's going to stay that way until this episode comes out, because it's going to be looking kind of retarded if I'm referencing some shit that you can't even see. So there you go. And there I go again, man. I'm always talking about date and stuff. I'm talking about this episode will be out in 2 weeks and damn, whatever. And you may not listen to this in 2 weeks. You might listen to it in 3 weeks from now, and however you listen to podcasts. I said it in the intro. Whatever, man. Thanks again, Petey Beats. Polite guy, freaking awesome dude, wrestling fan. I didn't think we was going to talk that much wrestling, but wrestling is fucking fun. And know what else is fucking fun? WrestleMania, which I'll be there, which this recording will come out after I've been there. So there it is, the fucking time loop again. Anyway, I'm going to cut up on out of here so you can enjoy your morning, afternoon, evening, or overnight shift, or whatever the hell you're doing while you listen to the podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at itsbrob, ITSBROB. If you want to talk professional wrestling like we just did, or any other general shenanigans, that's the place you do it. You can follow the show on Twitter also at 3R Show. If you want to, you can follow me on Instagram, where you can watch me walk through the hallowed halls of Burlington Coat Factory. No. Unless I'm with Miss B Rob. That's the only reason I would be in the Burlington Coat Factory. But you can follow me as I go through the hallowed halls of Walmart. Use the hashtag Walmart log. You can use that on Instagram and find all my Walmart log videos. You can go to randomrobcast.com that I need to severely update. And it doesn't matter when you listen to this episode, because I'm going to need to update that motherfucker always. So, you can go to randomrobcast.com and find different ways that you can help support the show and help it grow, as far as, Amazon links, merchandise, shirts and stuff like that. PayPal me some monies. You can buy equipment for the show on my Amazon wish list. You can become a patron like Glenn Abbott and Brandon McIntyre, who I appreciate very much. And, all that monetary stuff that I was just talking about, you don't have to do that. The best way that you can help this show succeed and survive is by liking it, listening to it, most importantly, sharing it, writing reviews, giving feedback. That's the way you can help this show way more than, the patrons and the merchandise sales and all that stuff, which would be awesome to have. But hey, what I just said is the most important. Reviews, feedback, retweets, likes, subscriptions. But yeah, that's it. Gonna get on out of here, and I'll see you next time.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you until we meet again.
Your face is coming straight to your ears. A podcast network that's changing gears, bringing fresh funky pods with a fresh funky beat. A family of pods that are bringing the heat. There ain't no stopping us. Keep coming back to us, sick ass pods that'll make you hush. Hush your face. Hush your face. www.hushyourface.com.